In this video, we will see about the network performance. Okay, as we know, the networks are devices connected together for sharing resources. The connections are made up of using links or cables. Okay, so here we will see some factors that affect the performance of the network. What are they? First one, bandwidth, throughput, latency, bandwidth delay product, and finally jitter. Okay. Let's see the first behavior that affect the network performance, that is bandwidth. Okay, then what do you mean by bandwidth? Bandwidth in the case of analog signal and the digital signal is calculated in separate ways. Okay, first we will see the bandwidth of an analog signal. Bandwidth of an analog signal will express in terms of hertz. Okay, actually bandwidth of an analog signal means it is a range of frequencies that can carry by the channel. Okay, so see here, this is the maximum frequency that the channel can carry. This is the minimum frequency that the channel can carry. That means the channel cannot carry a signal with a frequency less than 1000. The channel cannot carry a frequency signal that is greater than 5000. Okay, so the channel can carry only the signal with the frequency within this range only. Okay, see here, bandwidth is defined as the range of frequency that the channel can carry. So it is calculated by the difference between the maximum frequencies. This is the maximum frequency and the minimum frequency. This is the minimum frequency the channel can carry. That means the channel can carry only the signal with the frequency within this range. Okay. We have seen bandwidth of an analog signal we can calculate in terms of range of frequencies. Okay, so in the case of digital signal, we will calculate the bandwidth in terms of bits per second. That means the number of bits the channel can transmit in 1 second. Okay, uh, for example, here in the case of a fast Ethernet, the bandwidth is 100 megabits per second. That means the channel can that or the network can transmit 100 megabits per second. Okay. So, what is the relationship between bandwidth of an analog signal and the bandwidth of a digital signal? Okay. So actually this relationship is mainly based on whether it is a baseband transmission or broadband transmission. Broadband transmission means transmission with the modulation that we have seen now. Modulation means before transmission the digital signal will convert into analog signal. Okay, generally we can say an increase in bandwidth in hertz means increase in bits per second also. Okay. Next, throughput. The second behavior that affects the network performance is throughput. Throughput means actually how much data we can transmit through the link or network. Okay. Actually, throughput and bandwidth are different. Okay. Throughput means the how much data the network can send per uh, unit time. But bandwidth means the capacity of the channel or capacity of the transmission medium. Okay, so here see this example. For example, uh, here we have one sender, here we have one receiver. Okay, so assume the capacity of the channel is 1 megabits per second. Okay, but the sender can transmit only 500 kilobits per second. Okay, this is the sender capacity 500 kilobits per second, but the channel capacity or bandwidth is 1 megabits per second. Okay, then what do you mean by throughput? Throughput means the maximum number of information that sender can transmit per unit time. Here throughput is actually 500 kilobits per second, but the channel capacity is 1 megabits per second. Okay, so throughput and bandwidth are different. Okay. see here one example. The network with a bandwidth of 10 megabits per second can pass only an average of 12,000 frames per minute, with each frame carrying an average of 10,000 bits. What is the throughput of this network? Throughput we can calculate by using this equation. Throughput is equal to maximum number of information we can say per unit time. Okay, here, see here, bandwidth is 10 megabits per second. Okay, but it can transmit only 12,000 frames. 12,000 frames, each frame consists of a 10,000 bits. Then total number of information the network can transmit per unit time is this much. 12,000 into, it can transmit 12,000 frames. Each frame consists of 10,000 bits. Then maximum data rate or maximum throughput is 12,000 into 10,000 divided by 60, because per minutes 12,000 frames. We convert the unit time into second, divided by 60. Then we will get 2 megabits per second. Okay. How we will get it? 12 into 10 raised to 6 divided by 6 into 10 raised to 1, isn't it? Then we will get 10 raised to 7, isn't it? 10 raised to 7. Okay. Then we will get 2 into 10 raised to 6 bits per second. Okay. So bits per second. 2 into 10 raised to 6 corresponding to 2 megabits per second. Okay. The next factor that affects the performance of the network is latency. Okay, latency means how long it takes for an entire message to completely arrive at the destination from the first bit is sent out from the source. That means this is sender, this is receiver. Okay, latency means, suppose the sender wants to send this message. This message consists of 500 bits. Okay, 500 bits. Then latency means it is the time taken for an entire message, this 500 bits to reach here. Okay, so latency depends on these four factors. What are they? First, propagation time, transmission time, queuing time, and processing delay. Let's see what are these. Let's see, the first factor that affects the latency is propagation time. Okay, propagation time means it is the time required for a single bit to travel from source to destination. That means source, destination. The sender wants to send message that consists of 500 bits. Okay, so propagation time means the time taken by a single bit out of this 500 bit, the time taken by a single bit to reach from source to destination. Okay, so we can calculate the propagation time by using this equation. Propagation time is equal to distance of the transmission medium divided by propagation speed. Propagation speed means speed at which the signal can travel from source to destination. Okay, so see, this propagation speed mainly depends on medium and the frequency of signal. So let's see one example here. What is the propagation time if the distance between 2 points is 12,000 kilometer? The distance is 12,000 kilometer. Assume the propagation speed to be 2.4 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second in a cube. Okay, so we need to find out the propagation time. Propagation time means distance divided by propagation speed. What's the distance here? 12,000. The given information in kilometer. So we are converting this kilometer into meter by multiplying this value with 1000. Okay. So 12,000 into 1000 divided by propagation speed. Propagation speed 2.4 into 10 raised to 8. Okay, then we will get result in second, 0.05 second. For converting second into millisecond, we multiply this with 10 raised to 3. Then we will get 50 millisecond. Okay. The second factor that is used for calculating latency is transmission time. Transmission time means the time required for the transmission of a message. That depends on mainly two factors, size of the message and the bandwidth of the channel. We can calculate the transmission time by using this equation. Transmission time is equal to message size divided by bandwidth. That means if the message size is more, it will take more time to reach from source to destination. So bandwidth is inversely proportional to transmission time. If bandwidth is more, the transmission time will be less. If bandwidth is less, the transmission time will be more. That we know. If bandwidth is less means we cannot transmit that much data. Okay. So let's see one example. What are the propagation time and transmission time for a 2.5 kb kilobyte? Here message size is 2.5 kb. So if the bandwidth of the network is 1 gigabits per second, bandwidth is 1 gigabits per second. Assume that the distance between the sender and the receiver is 12,000 kilometer and the light travels at 2.4 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. So propagation time that we have seen in previous slide, how it will calculate. Okay, then transmission time. See here, how we will calculate the transmission time? Transmission time is equal to message size divided by bandwidth. What is the message size here? 2.5 kilobyte. Okay, so here 2.5 kb means 2.5 into kb that we know 1024 byte, isn't it? So we are approximating this 1024 into 1000. Okay, 2.5 into 1000, that is equal to 2500 byte. Okay, so 1 byte that we know, 1 byte is equal to 8 bits. Okay, so the message consists of this much bits. Okay, 2.5 into 1024. 1024 we are approximating to 1000. Then 1 byte is equal to 8 bits. Okay, message size is equal to 2500 into 8. That is divided by bandwidth. What is the bandwidth here? 1 gigabits per second. That is 1 gigabits per second corresponding to 10 raised to 9 bits per second. Then we will get this much second, 0.00002 second. For converting this second into millisecond, we multiply this with 10 raised to 3. Then we will get answer in millisecond. Next factor that is used for calculating the latency is queuing time. Queuing time means it is the time needed for each intermediate device to hold the message before it can be processed. Okay, assume we have a router in between sender and receiver. Okay, router or switch. Intermediate device means it can be a router or switch. Okay, so the sender sends this message, then it will reach here, isn't it? It will reach here. Assume this link is busy with some other transmission. Then this router cannot transmit this message to this destination. Okay, then router hold this message until this link will get free. Okay, so once it will get free, this router transmit this message through this link. Okay, so queuing time is actually waiting time for this message to get the link. Okay, so we cannot predict the uh, queuing time. It is not a fixed time. Okay, so actually queuing time depends on the traffic occurred in this network. Okay, if the traffic is more, then the queuing time will be more. If the traffic is less, the queuing time will be negligible. Okay, Next, processing delay. Processing delay means it is the time taken by the routers to process the packet header. Why the routers are processing this packet header? For find out the destination address. Before transmitting this message to destination, uh, once it reach here, the router process this packet and find out the destination address. Then it will transmit the packet to the destination. Processing means it will process the uh, packet and find out the destination address. Okay, that we call the processing delay. The time taken for processing we call the processing delay. Okay, then latency time or delay time include propagation time plus queuing time plus processing delay plus transmission time. Okay, the next factor that affect the performance of the network is bandwidth relay product. Okay, bandwidth that we know, range of frequencies in the case of analog signal, bits per second in the case of digital signal. Okay, bandwidth delay product, delay that we know, the time taken by the enter message to reach from source to destination. Okay, then bandwidth delay product we will use for measuring the performance of the link or transmission medium. Okay, see here, first case. Here, this is the sender, this is the receiver. Okay, bandwidth is 1 bits per second. 1 bits per second means the sender can transmit or the channel can transmit 1 bit per second. Per second, it can transmit 1 bit. Okay, delay is equal to 5 seconds. That means for reaching 1 bit to destination, it will take 5 seconds. That is showing here. 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For reaching this first bit to destination, it will take 5 seconds. That means delay is equal to 5 seconds. Okay. Then bandwidth delay is equal to 5 bits. That means at a time uh, there can be maximum 5 bits on the line. 5 bits on the line. There can be no more than 5 bits at any time. That we know because bandwidth delay product is 5. Okay, here second case. Here uh, bandwidth is equal to 5 bits per second. That means at a time the channel can transmit 5 bits. Means the channel can transmit 5 bits per second. Okay, delay is equal to 5 seconds. Then bandwidth delay product is equal to bandwidth is equal to 5 bits per second, delay is equal to 5 seconds. Then bandwidth delay is equal to 5 into 5 equal to 25. That means at a time the transmission medium consists of 25 bits. 5 into 5. Okay. We can define the bandwidth delay product by using this figure. Uh, the cross section is corresponding to the bandwidth of the information. The length is corresponding to the length of the transmission medium is corresponding to the delay for reaching the message from this end to this end or send it to sender to receiver. Okay, the area into or cross section into length will give the volume, that is equal to bandwidth into delay. So here, see here, in the case of the duplex communication, what do you mean by duplex communication? Duplex communication means at the same time the sender and the receiver can transmit information. In that case, we can calculate the amount of information the channel can carry is 2 into bandwidth into delay. Okay. Next metric we use to measure the network performance is jitter. Jitter we have seen already. Jitter means variation in packet arrival time. Okay. So what information we will get from jitter? If jitter is more means the network performance is poor. If jitter is less means the network provided good performance. Okay. So we design or we implement a network with minimum jitter. Okay, hope it is clear to you.